In this video, I'm going to show you on how to compute percentage mentally. Say for example, we have 40% of 260. The idea is to get the 10% of a number first. Now what is 10%? 10% by definition is 10 over 100, or simply 1 over 10. So if you say 10% of a number, it's just simply dividing the number by 10. And if you divide a number by 10, it moves its decimal one place to the left. Let's begin writing our 10%. So 10% of 260 is 26. And since we want the 40% of it, we simply multiply this by 4 because 40% has 4 10%. So if you multiply this by 4 mentally, you simply multiply from left to right. 20 times 4 is 80, and then here 6 times 4 is 24, so 80 plus 24 is 104. Now if you can't do this mentally, then you can multiply it using paper like this. So 4 times 6 is 24. Carry the 2 here. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 is 10. So therefore, 40% of 260 is 104. Next, suppose we want to find the 30% of 18. Compute the 10% of 18. Just simply move the decimal one place to the left. So 10% of 18 is 1.8. Now, since we want to get the 30% of it, if you want to do it mentally, then multiply 1 by 3 first, that is 3, and then multiply 0.8 by 3, that is 2.4. So 3 plus 2.4 is 5.4. But if you can't compute it mentally, then you just simply do it like this. 3 times 8 is 24. You carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. And we have one decimal place, so it's one decimal place here as well. The answer is 5.4. In case we have a problem like this, 35% of 340, well, we compute the 10% of the number. Moving the decimal one place to the left gives us 34 for 10%. Now, we'll get the 30% of this number. Simply multiply this by 3. We'll do it from left to right. So this is 30. 30 times 3, that's 90. And 4 times 3 is 12. So that is 102. Or else, if you can't do it mentally, just simply multiply this by 3. 3 times 4 is 12. We carry the 1 here. And 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 gives us 10. Next is the 5%. So we got already the 30%. We're left with the 5%. The 5% is simply half of the 10%. So half of 34 is 17. Now we simply add these two together because this gives us the 35%. And the result is 119. So therefore, the answer is 119. Next, suppose we have problem like this. Suppose we want to get 27% of 620. Then we do the same thing, get the 10%, 10% of 620, move the decimal one place to the left, it gives us 62. And then we want to get the 20% of it, simply multiply this by 2 or add it twice, that gives us 124. Next is 27 is simply 20%. So 5% is just half of this, of 10%, which is 31. And then let's move to the 1% of the number. 1% of the number is simply moving the decimal 2 places to the left. So that means 1% is 6.2. And getting the 2% of it, simply multiplying it by 2. So 6.2 times 2, 6 times 2 is 12. And then 0.2 times 2 is 0.4. Now, summing up all this, we have 27 is 20 plus 5 plus 2. So that gives us 124 plus 31 plus 12.4. So what is this equal to? That is 100. Okay, this one 100, and then 20 and 30 is 150, 160, 164, 165, 167. The answer is 167.4.